Everybody, welcome to the GoBe Rewarded Studios for the GoBe Rewarded podcast. I am the owner and CEO of GoBe Rewarded, Aaron GoBitis, and here is my ads director, Matt J. How you doing, Matt J?
I'm doing good, Aaron.
All right, awesome. So, this topic that we're going to be talking about today is what makes you special as a business owner, particularly a small business owner. Not everybody goes into business wanting to do the same thing everybody else is doing.
There's probably 100 of each business in our area, or a lot of them, like service businesses. You can be a plumber, but what makes your plumbing business special? That's what we're going to talk about.
Yeah, and I think when you're talking about what makes you special, you need to kind of backtrack a little bit sometimes and think about what got someone into business in the first place. They obviously want to be an entrepreneur. They want to be working for themselves. And I think a lot of people might look up like the dictionary definition of entrepreneurship or entrepreneur. And I've really broken it down to kind of two parts. The first is the ability to sense a need, particularly in a certain marketplace. So, obviously, when you're working with a lot of companies and stuff like that here locally, I mean, obviously, let's go with the plumbing example. People have seen there's a need for more plumbers, or maybe all the plumbers aren't available or something like that.
Sure. I think this may be a hot thought. I want your opinion on it. I don't think every business owner is an entrepreneur. And what I mean by that is being able to find the opportunities and find your unique value is how you show your entrepreneurial side of your business. If you're a plumber that just, you could be the best plumber in town, but if you haven't found a way to actually stand out and make your business important and position yourself as the business customers can hire, perhaps you need to work on that entrepreneurial spirit with your business and find out how to communicate that. So what's your opinion on that? Do you think every business owner is an entrepreneur?
I would like to say in some sense they are. And like I said, entrepreneurship, I think, is actually more of a skill than it is, a verb or an action or anything like that. I think it's something that you can develop and get better at over time. And, so it is something that I think at some level, every business owner is an entrepreneur, but they can obviously work and get better at it as a skill. And there's definitely no time like the present for that. So, again, it's the ability to sense a need. And I think most business owners do get this step, and they that's why I say everybody's an entrepreneur on some level. Because they do sense a need in the marketplace. Obviously, if there's no need in a marketplace, there's going to be no business to even be had there. But I think the second part is going to be the little bit more complex part that I think people skim over a little bit, and it's the availability to seize an opportunity. And when people think about opportunities, they you get a lot of people who are just starting a business and they'll want to do everything for everyone, and they don't even realize where their skills particularly lie or where that need is more apparent or or a better opportunity to seize. So they, I think that in business there's a million opportunities to be had.
Sure.
And it's really just kind of setting yourself up to kind of make some almost like left and right lateral limits. Unfortunately, it's thinking inside the box, not outside the box, of what opportunities you want to seize, because you only have so much time to seize an opportunity. You start realizing this, especially with people who, maybe they're part-time in their business when they first start out. They have the ability to seize a lot less opportunities than somebody who is full-time in their business.
Sure.
The first thing I want to, break down in availability to seize opportunity is kind of setting, because a lot of people say stuff that they do, right? And, what are some things you've heard people do? It's relatively generic. But
Some things that business owners tell us that they do. Customer satisfaction guarantee, they do that. They show up on time. They give us a lot of these the basic things that you expect out of businesses these days versus something that's like unique to their business. Is that what you're asking me?
That's kind of what I'm asking. Okay. You kind of hear some very similar things of what people do, but a lot of business owners don't even stop to think of what don't I do. And a lot of people, I think, what you don't do actually even speaks louder than what you do. And I'll give you a cool example of this. So, you know, uh, what do Amish people, what don't they do?
They don't drive cars.
And so, do you know anything about their specific religious doctrine or anything like that?
Nope. I just know that they don't drive cars.
They don't drive cars,
Yeah.
and Mormons don't drink coffee. Like I'm sure there's massive books and volumes of saying of all the stuff that they do, but I think in the marketplace, people are gonna actually realize what you don't do more so than what you do. One thing with us, being a website and marketing company. Obviously we can work with anybody anywhere on the planet. Right. Really, I mean, it's digitally, but I made a limit of us of we only are going to be working locally because I think there's enough opportunities here locally here in the North County San Diego area to have the business that we have here. We have a 15-person team, we have a nice office and everything like that.
Well, and by what we don't do, we actually have a competitive advantage for local customers because we can do what we do better.
Yes, exactly. And also, the fact that, one of my don'ts is, we do everything in-house, meaning we don't white label any of our work. And, that is very prevalent for most marketing companies. I mean, I probably get hit up 10 times a day asking to white label stuff. But, I think we can probably start thinking of some of these things and I call them non-negotiables, essentially.
Yeah.
And these non-negotiables are things that you can set up in your business to set yourself apart from the competition and do what you want to be doing, the opportunities you want to be seizing. You can do those better. Have you ever ran into any of our clients that have like some decent non-negotiables that just even maybe come to your head that we're just like it kind of stuck out and it's something that maybe
we have a construction client who isn't really looking to do smaller jobs, but it's because their passion, what they're really good at, is whole home remodels, building dream homes. So they choose to pass on the jobs that other businesses locally can do well, so they can spend more time focusing on what they do really well for the clients that appreciate that.
So yeah, as I mentioned, is what you don't do is just as important as what you do, and I think a lot of people tend to skip over the fact of skip over the stuff that they don't want to do. Or they skip over that and they just want to be everything for everybody. And so yeah, as we may have mentioned before, two things that don't make you different, unfortunately, are customer service, because you're never going to call up a company and they're like, yeah, our customer service is lousy, but hey, we do a darn good job. There's no like Dr. House doesn't actually exist. Like he would have been sued 10 times over and probably lost his license. Like that dude doesn't actually exist. There's a reason why he's only on TV. So you get customer service, and then you also get this one right here. I'm pretty sure you've heard this pretty often before, but
which one? I don't see it. Oh, experience. Yeah. Most of the companies we talk to, even if you call a business off the top of your head, most businesses, when you ask them what sets them apart from their competitors, they'll say our experience. We have 20 years experience or 40 years experience. With our experience working with business owners, every business has that much experience unless you're just starting off. Even the businesses just starting off are listing all their experience of them learning. So it's an easy way to say nothing unique about yourself. It's by talking about your total years of experience. Now, if you're talking about your experience within one specific skill and talking about how you're different than your competitors, how that experience has really built your quality or made you the most efficient at your line of work, then you're starting to tap into perhaps some of the unique value that you can tie to your experience. But experience alone doesn't really mean anything. It's not that meaningful to really making a customer choose one business over another.
Because again, you're not there. You could call 10 companies, and actually, we actually have a fun segment on that. You can call 10 companies and ask about their experience, and no one's gonna be like, "No, man, I just started this yesterday. I'm super stoked." You need new cabinets. You got it.
Right.
No one's really gonna be saying any of that. So yeah, it's another great way of saying a whole lot without actually telling the customer anything that they want to hear.
So what are some good examples of unique experience?
Unique experience, you would have, especially if you're talking about particular, and like I said, it's not necessarily experience that I think is going to be necessarily what differentiates you from your competition.
Right.
I think it's going to be customer experience.
True.
Is what truly differentiates you from your competition. Customer experience can be your reviews. You could say, hey, we're the top rated law firm. Now that's experience. And you could say, hey, we have 150 reviews for our law firm, for our plumbing company, for our carpentry business, for our restaurant, whatever that is. That speaks to the customer experience, which speaks to your experience. Or, heck, you could even say when you're talking about customer experience, if you have like a beauty spa or something like that, you could say like, hey, our customers, when they come in, they're welcomed by our staff. They get to sit in our luxurious lounge. We give them champagne and any drinks that they want. And then, afterwards they come home with a goodie bag, like that's customer experience. That's something that speaks way more than your experience. Like I said, people might be looking, like, obviously if I have a personal injury attorney and someone's like, my cousin Vinny style, and they're like, I've never had a case before or something like that, that's something, obviously that's a red flag. But if someone says they have 5 years experience or someone has 10 years experience as a customer, that's not necessarily resonating with me, where I'm like, no, I want the guy with 10 years experience, not the dude with 5 years. Sure. So I really think, but if someone said like, hey, my customers, I've won every case, hey, cases that involve, slip and falls at Walmart, I've gotten at least 5 of them that have gotten over $100,000 in settlement. Or something like that. Like, that customer experience is speaking so much more than your experience. Or, hey, I've, if you're talking about like the plumbing example, like, hey, I built like 5 dream bathrooms, just here in San Marcos. And, here's some pictures of them.
Yeah.
That client experience, like I said, it is kind of your experience, but your clients or your, and that kind of goes in the next piece of it. It's not, your customer service and experience don't really matter. I think it's customer experience and the quality of your work that makes you special.
100%. I think unique value, when you have it, those are the things that the customers tie on to make sure their experience goes as they see planned. I think when you're focusing on unique value, it's the things the customers care about. If in your industry, your unique value is having a customer satisfaction guarantee, you're going to put your money where your mouth is, and none of your competitors do. The experience for that your client or your potential client is they can feel more safe and they can feel more trust doing business with you because of that guarantee. If you're the best at what you do, like if you're literally the top performer in your industry, maybe that justifies your pricing a little bit more because the customers that are coming to you want to feel assured that everything's going to be done to the best of its ability. If you've been in business the longest, we just touched on, total years experience don't really move the needle much. But let's say you're a local business that's been
you're
dealing with the community.
You're like Yank's Appliance. I mean, like, they've been
Exactly.
an appliance store here in Vista. I mean, I think for like 3 generations now. Like, they're probably like 70 years old. I think like they had like the chamber get awarded them of like 50 years of being a member of the local chamber,
so
or something like
unique
that.
Value is almost consistency of service amongst the community, So unique value is easy to find when you're really trying to stand out and do something special that customers are going to recognize and appreciate you for.
Yeah. So I think I think one thing that's going to really help cement a lot of this is, Matt actually called up, was it 3 businesses?
We called a lot. I don't know how many we're going to listen to today. Maybe about 5.
Okay. So, we called a few businesses, and were they local here? Or?
There was one local one I called. I don't know if they're going to be on today's episode. A lot of the businesses we called were in Las Vegas, just to make sure that we didn't offend any local businesses.
Okay. Because, I mean, we work with about 200 businesses here locally doing their websites and marketing. So we may not want to, if this is speaking to you, we're not speaking directly to you. We're speaking to everybody. So, but if you do hear us on this and you're one of our clients, then, maybe take heed of some of this stuff. Awesome. So this
was fun. Everyone that I talked to was really nice, but I don't know if we got a lot of unique value out. So,
yeah,
let's
let's roll it. Let's see what's going on.
Hey, this is Matt from GoBe Rewarded. Today we're going to call some local businesses to find out if they know what their unique value is.
Thanks, Sarah. How may I assist you today?
Hi, Sarah. I just moved to the area and I was looking for a pest control company to, maintain my issues with my home. I'm just calling around to. Pardon? What'd you say?
I said no problem. I can help you with that.
Okay, right now I'm just calling a couple local businesses to find out which one has kind of the best unique value. There's so many pest control companies in your area.
Actually, about 350 of them.
Yeah, so why should I have you guys come out for the first consultation?
Because I'm the best.
But why? How are you the best? Do you have the best pricing?
Number one, I own my own
quality?
business. I choose my guys. They have to be literally perfect to my expectations. And I do background check. I buy the most expensive chemical on the market. I power spray every single month or every other month, whatever you need. That's why I'm different from other companies.
Do you guys have any guarantee for your services?
Of course, we give you a 100% guarantee. If you do one-time spray, you get a 30 days guarantee. If you do monthly service, we give you a 100% guarantee. Even if you do every other month, you get a 100% guarantee.
Right on. Do you know if all your competitors do the same guarantee, or is yours better than theirs?
Pretty much, I think everybody does.
Okay. Well, thank you very much. I'll probably give you a call back. I'm just going to call a couple more places. Thank you so much.
Okay.
Appreciate it. All right, bye. Now, what would you have said if you were her picking up the phone? I mean, just based off of that, even if you don't have unique value and a customer even asks you what makes you different, what can you answer with?
That's a very good point. So obviously, you were speaking to someone there who was the owner, because she says that, hey, I have guys,
Sure.
I will do this, I will do that. She wasn't even really talking about her company. She was talking about her. So one thing I did like is that at least she was very passionate about what she was talking about. She's like, no, I'm the top quality. I use the best stuff. You can't necessarily have an employee say that, but I would say that at least, when I was, listening to that without her saying like, hey, I'm the owner, I know without her saying the owner, she basically took ownership of, what she was doing. It was a little bit lame that, apparently everybody does that same guarantee. That's something where, there's a few ways you can actually make some unique value, because and I think that will actually go into a little bit more of actually finding out. One thing that she didn't do is she didn't take some time to actually find out what your exact situation was.
Sure.
You did ask her some very good questions, and she did ask about that, but you just moved in the area. Where did you move to?
Right.
Oh, yeah, you just moved. You moved to Las Vegas Street. There's a lot of bed bugs in that area. Have you had any problems with when you came in for the first night or anything like that? Did you wake up with any bumps, or has your dog been scratching? Anything like that. Things like that, to actually find out what the actual client situation is. Mm-hmm. You can already start giving that exact value, because if, let's say you were saying, let's say you didn't even know you had a bed bug problem. Now, again, you're speaking about that experience level. She was able to diagnose that you had a bed bug problem, mm-hmm. or something like that. Or like I said, she didn't even ask you, what's the issue? You're calling a pest control company. People usually don't call a pest control company so preemptively, like, we don't have any bugs, I just never want any bugs. Most time people are calling because they saw something and they're like, holy crap, we need a pest control company.
If I was able to talk to that business owner again, though, Aaron, like her just being able to reword, hey, when you call the company, you get to talk to the owner. How many pest control companies locally can you call and have direct access to the owner if you have any issues or concerns with your service? To me, huge unique value point that she didn't quite communicate. Also, if everyone in a specific industry has a guarantee, what's setting a business apart, especially for the business owner, from having the best guarantee in your area? Rather than just having a guarantee, that business could have led with, we have the absolute best guarantee in the area. If you're unsatisfied with service at all, or if you find pests or rodents that we've come and tried to address, we'll come back faster than other companies do, and your next month of service will be free. What's setting business owners away from finding unique value and having the best guarantee in their area? I would challenge a lot of businesses to do that because it's an easy way for their business to stand out.
And I think that's a good speaking point of going back to the customer experience, saying, hey, you get to speak straight to the owner if there's an issue. Hey, I'm the owner. My name's Rosie, or I didn't even get the lady's name, but again, I think between getting some good value points of, hey, I'm the owner, you get to speak with the owner, we get to take care of things right away. That goes to the client experience, and then I think that if she was asking a little bit more about your situation, what the issue is, there would have been a lot more opportunities to seize there.
Yeah.
To actually give some better customer experience, as well as quality of work testimonies, to truly make themselves different than everybody else. Or there may have even been a thing of, again, those non-negotiables. Oh, I've got gophers. Oh, we don't do gophers.
Sure.
Great, next one. Or not even great, next one. We don't do gophers, but you know what? Hey, I know a great guy who, does gopher work. Right. He does all gopher work and everything like that. Here's his number. But hey, if you get roaches, bed bugs, anything like that, or if you just want a maintenance, could I send a guy by just for like a quick check through, just to make sure, you said you're new to the area. We got certain pests here. Where are you coming from? Oh, you're coming from California. Yeah, we've got way different pest issues than
Sure.
here in Vegas than you do in California.
Scorpions.
Yeah, scorpions and stuff like that. Let my guy just come by, take a quick look at it, and we'll just give you an estimate for just some monthly.
Yeah.
I think that would have been a great way to again, just see some more opportunities there. The more you know about the customer, the more you can help get your value out there, because you can talk about unique customer experience as well as the quality of your work.
Good point.
So we can go on to the next one here.
Partners may record or return this call for quality or research purposes, subject to our privacy policies.
Good afternoon, this is Genesis. How can I help you?
Hi, Genesis. I was looking for a new pest control company, and I'm just calling around to see which company may be the best out of all your competitors. It seems like there's like 300 pest control companies in the area. Can you tell me why customers choose you over your competitors?
What area are you in?
Summerlin.
Okay, so I can explain our service and let you know what we do. We do specialize in scorpions and black widows.
Okay.
If you do decide to go with our company, if there's any live activity in between services, we'll send a technician at no charge, and that's something our customers really like about our service. Another thing is our product is environmentally friendly. I'm not sure if most competitors have that type of product, but that's something that we offer as well. So if you have children or pets, it's safe for them to be around.
Oh, awesome. Do your competitors, do you think a lot of them do the scorpion thing also? Or is that just kind of something that you guys do that your competitors don't?
So we basically specialize in scorpions because the product that we use is really, really good for scorpions. So I don't know if all the competitors use the same product. I'm sure they don't. We also service our customers every other month, which is something they really like as well, because they don't have to be paying a monthly fee for pest control service. So I can explain our service and what we cover under general pest control, and then let me know if you have any other questions.
Do you guys offer any guarantees?
Any what?
Any guarantees? Like if you guys come out and spray and then I find bugs, or if I find scorpions?
Yes.
Okay. What is that guarantee? You guys will just come back.
Services, if you have any live activity of any bug that is under general pest control, we would send out a technician to service your property again at no cost to you.
Okay. Right on. Thank you very much. I'll probably give you guys a call back. Appreciate it. Take care.
Okay.
All right, bye.
That one was a lot more solid.
It was.
And interestingly enough, that sounded more like an employee answering the phone than the owner, so a little bit different. And I think that goes to touch on another thing that we're talking about here, which this will be a whole separate podcast that we're talking about. But when you're talking about company values and culture and mission statements, me personally, I'm, I've never been a huge fan of like, some of this, more business rah-rah culture sort of thing. But at the end of the day, if your employee doesn't know all those things like your guarantee, your level of service, or things you do different from your competition, then guess what? Your customers aren't going to know.
Right.
Because unless you're the owner answering the phone like that, last person, you're never going to be able to expand your company. I think it was good that it seemed like that employee knew at least like, hey, we specialize in scorpions and black widows. We use a product that specifically targets these types of pests. She knew the guarantee, all those types of things where, I think that even if you do have all these things and you're thinking about all this stuff right now, maybe you're going to even be implementing some of this stuff in your company. Make sure it's not just written on a little notebook for yourself. Make sure, hey, this becomes literally emboldened in everything that you do.
Yeah, the more we're a testament to this internally here. The more you talk about your unique value, the more you can articulate it, and the more your whole team can articulate it. Correct me if I'm wrong. It felt like she was saying we only come once every other month, so our service may be half the cost, but still, if you find bugs between services, we come back out and spray for them. So even the more that company talks about their unique value, they may find a better way to articulate that. I think customers aren't going to read between the lines, especially customers that have a lot of companies to call before making a decision. So you got to kind of directly lay it out for them. So yeah, that company had a lot of unique value, and I think they're going to be able to improve how they articulate that over time.
All right, awesome. So to wrap it up, what makes you special? As I mentioned, entrepreneurship, sensing a need with the availability to seize an opportunity. Yeah. And as we kind of talked about in seizing opportunities was the non-negotiables, and figuring out, what don't you do?
Yeah. What don't you do will help better define and make you more of an expert at what you do to your customers.
Yeah, and so, figuring out, hey, what's most profitable for you? What do you like doing? What do your employees like doing? It's something where, especially when you start scaling a little bit more in your business too, finding those opportunities for some of your employees to do what they like doing more, and wrapping your company around that. So then, it kind of goes in the next point of, what doesn't make you special is your customer service or your experience, and it's more of your customer experience and your quality of work, which makes you special.
And making sure your whole team can articulate.
Yeah, and so that's actually going to be tying into our next podcast here of, awesome. Making sure, what your company values, what your company mission statement, and, what's embedded in your company's DNA. What can your company replicate without you being involved? And, as a small business owner myself, that's a really tough one, because a lot of people don't think about that when they're necessarily opening a small business or they're looking to expand their small business. They're not looking at, hey, how can I not be part of the picture? How can this scale without me? How can I get a blueprint for everybody to follow? I think that, we're going to have some pretty cool insights on that.
I'm excited. I'm excited to get this first podcast completed and look forward to our next one.
So yeah, with this podcast, it's going to be on YouTube. So like and subscribe, share. We'll probably have some snippets on Facebook and Instagram as well. And wherever you get your podcasts, we're going to be posting it there. If you guys are ever interested in talking about marketing, or you ever want to, talk about the business you're looking at creating unique value for, or some ways to just get your company out there. We're here over at GoBe Rewarded. We're in the studio right now, but we have a nice facility right off here on the Emerald exit on Vista Way here in Vista. And you can check us out at goberewarded.com. And you can always, sit down, talk with Matt about some Google ads, or, talk with our creative team about shooting some video. Maybe you're looking for a new website, anything like that. We would love to see you by. And if you guys have any questions or comments, feel free to go to our website, goberewarded.com, and shoot us an email.